Ho, we are back with another part of Spirit of Justice. And if my memory serves correct, well, now it doesn't matter because it says cross-examining Trucy. And good thing I didn't talk about my memory because apparently it didn't serve me correctly. Because I forgot we were continuing the trial.
I think we get tired.
Yeah, I think so. But we had a good play session last time.
Hold up.
Alright, please try, and I'll kick you if I see you sleeping. Court's back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Oh yeah, nobody would believe her. Juicy right, magician. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail, the last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see you on any stage. Calling her a witch is rude. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Reddin's invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out. Now then, Miss Bright. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with magic. Give her the death penalty. Yeah, ha, ha. Silence, all of you, I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify? Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor. Oh, that was a weak fine. Juicy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the Troupe Grimarrier Creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. How's this gonna work? Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto, sordo. There, I've switched it. And now... Up. As you can see, this blade is not steel, but rubber. Bravo, Miss Wright! Wow, she switched them in a flash! I couldn't see her do it at all. She's completely turned the room around. The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering. Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know. I usually hide this steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage but behind the curtain. Exactly, so you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you, now would I? Ho ho ho! That's our Trucy. Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword-switching trick you do for the show, right? Right, the other parts like the apple were just to help with my explanation here in court. That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Okay. Well, let's start pressing.
Hold it!
Please be careful, Miss Wright. Don't worry, I've practiced this trick 1,000 times. That's right, Apollo. You have to give Trucy some credit. She knows what she's doing. I know, but it still makes me nervous every time. But that's what magic is all about. A truly great magician can make her audience experience all kinds of thrills and chills. I guess you're right. I'd better not try to interrupt her too much while she's doing the trick. I don't want to distract her or break her concentration. And now, ladies and gentlemen, back to the exciting world of magic.
Hold it!
Miss Wright, please don't swing that big dangerous thing around. Somebody could get hurt. Apollo, please don't shout when I am swinging said blade around. Somebody could get hurt. Oh, ha, yeah, sorry about that, I couldn't help myself. Huh, you should know better than to talk to me when I'm on stage. Mr. Justice, I'll see you in my chambers after court is adjourned. Uh-oh, I don't suppose somebody can make me disappear before that happens. Let's just watch quietly, shall we, Apollo? And now, back to the show.
Hold it!
So it's definitely a real sword, right? Now, Apollo, I know you're excited, but you have to control yourself. Mr. Justice, if you needlessly interrupt this wonderful magic show again, I will be forced to bring my very real gavel down on your head. The judge seems to be completely taken in by Trucy's magic. Yeah, it's like she's cast a magic spell over him. I better not interrupt her anymore. There's no telling what the judge might do to me. Miss Wright, please ignore any further outbursts from Mr. Justice, and proceed with your spectacular trick. Alright, here I go then.
Hold it!
So you switched swords when you spun around just now. That's right, it's the same way I do the trick in the actual magic show too, but I'm also doing a lot of extra things that I don't do during the show right now, though. The key point is the sword switching. If only we could prove she did it during the actual show too. Right, prove that she switched them during the show. What's the matter, Apollo? You look troubled. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh, this is quite the pickle. How should I go about handling this? Miss Wright, please continue. So... I don't know if she actually did spin around. Maybe we have the video. Yeah, so she doesn't do it in the show.
Objection!
Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appeared in the show footage. What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times. And what's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here, and the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it! So, it really is the exact moment you switch the swords? Yes, that's right. I knew it. She didn't twirl, which means she didn't switch. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused's lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean, I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it. Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. But now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, It means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. Burke. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rios' death was not an accident but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still? It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense, The defense has an objection to you, Mr. Apollo Justice. I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it. Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defense knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused, her murderous intentions. It's such a shame. But I did switch the swords, I swear. You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. Well, then I want to know when she switched them.
You scroll around.
I saw him spin. Yeah.
This is the good one.
Excuse me. Let's see, you are... Which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonnie? It's Bonnie. You are mixing the two names together, Your Honor. Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
That's
About...
Betty, though.
Is it?
Yes, because the other girl had bats on her umbrella. This one has
Rabbits?
rabbits.
Yeah, but Bonnie has the rabbits. Betty has the bats.
Oh, Betty's the bad one?
Yeah, Betty's the bad one.
Okay, I take it back.
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mysterious. Bonnie? Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician, I almost said musician, would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not going to run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave. What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You've practically brainwashed her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? Yes, ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage. What do you mean by that, Bonnie? I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage. Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection!
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well, I have some show footage. You do? One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. But then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present. He did? To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was going to get rid of it. Please submit that footage to the court. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Oh my goodness.
What was that?
Oh no.
The two things into two for Eric?
Yeah, I saw like cards fly out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay then. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, Defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do. Okay, so how are we going to go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We might find an inconsistency between them. An inconsistency, huh? Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we can pick out what's different between the two, we'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well, I will allow it. What a waste of time. Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage? No, I've never done it before. I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video player's buttons to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button. If you want to halt the playback, just use the pause button. Let me see. Fast forward, circle, rewind. Okay. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback. Okay, and so how do I switch between the two videos? Just use the switch camera button. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and present it to the court. Thanks, Athena, you really know your stuff. Not really, I just gave it some gusto and then went with my gut on most of it. What? Sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. Oh, this is kind of cool. My goodness. Yeah, see, I don't see any card thing. Yeah, and she's already left, but she hasn't even revealed the supposed dead body.
The ace?
Yeah, let me,
Take that!
This is it right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front. Hey, you're right. What's going on here? Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those! They're the cards I throw when I do the sword-switching trick. What? Mr. Justice, does this mean... Yes, it means that the sword-switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited? Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station must still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. Who's holding anything? Oh, is that Mr. Yeah. It's you. Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Satmadhi. Please, take my card. A business card. Ah, yes, I write about this custom among businessmen in this country. I've even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or what's crack-a-lackin', homie, for example. Oh ho! You're from Take-Two TV, aren't you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Reddins, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby." Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja. Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice perfume you got here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmadhi, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found The Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to Burger Barn? Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, woo! Compared to my aesthetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern Burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. Prosecutor Sadmadhi's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Reddins, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around, the playing cards go flying, everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mysterious. Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mysterious when she stabbed the coffin, but that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I say Trucy murdered Mysterious when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody would be the wiser. Well, thank you for your theory, Mr. Not Lawyer. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet! Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's toward the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to just see it for yourselves.
Mr. Hat being pulled back up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, unless this is going to be a different shadow. No, but the Mr. Hatch shadow already happened, though. But it's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch. But look here. This suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. Okay, thanks, detective. Hey, now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all, aren't we forgetting? That the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me, Prosecutor Sadmadhi. That is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say, promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. All right. With Prosecutor Sanmadhi's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Reddins. Roger Reddins, the ratings Raja. Now, Kaiser of the courtroom. Heh, I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. It wasn't deliberate, I tell you. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together, and long or boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what, you got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage? Oh, yeah.
I'm suspicious of him, but I don't know exactly what I got that proves. What did he do with his slimy hand, really?
Well, get the video camera after Mysterious comes tumbling out. We have that.
What?
Get the video camera after Mysterious comes tumbling out. The thing on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
So we have that. Let's see. And, well, this wouldn't really prove that he intentionally cut it. So I think it might be that that other thing. But let's see. That's right. Glad you got the picture. Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Oh, an objection. How cool. It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There, I got some good stuff there. Mr. Reddins, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination. I want to press him right here.
Hold it!
What other scenes did you cut from the footage? Huh? Oh, no others, I guess. You mean you only edited out the sword-switching trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think it's too much of a stretch to claim that as mere coincidence? No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something with which to prove otherwise, defense? Well, if you have a valid criticism of Mr. Reddison's testimony, feel free to counter with evidence. Well, Apollo? It would sure make things easier if we had some. I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. I'll have to clean up this footage later. He isn't really going to put this on TV, is he? Trying to prove malicious intent is tough. All he has to do is say it was all a coincidence. We'll need to find some kind of foothold if we want to make any progress. True, but this guy doesn't seem like the type to slip up, so we'll just have to get the information out of him bit by bit. Alright, let's start pressing him, and then we can... and then I might present something on the 5th.
Hold it!
Really? I've never heard anybody say that. It's common knowledge in the TV world. You got any idea what a snooze cruise would be to watch a magic show without editing? Magic show like that one, anyway. That was ice cold. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching.
Hold it!
Why would the twirl in the cards be the boring part? Are you saying you thought there were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show? You gotta ask, that script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does. What didn't you like about the show exactly? Less than that. It was like 3 seconds, and it was actually the part where she spins and cards come out. Like, makes no sense. The whole thing was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things, just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony. Exactly, whether it's showbiz or the legal biz. All the what?
Isn't that what all attorneys do?
Yeah.
Focus on evidence and testimony?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's the legal biz.
Oh, I thought he just meant, like, his people.
Yeah. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry.
Hold it!
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will toward Juke Grumarie. Huh? What makes you think that? The thing that you yourself have said? You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those Grumarie magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time. Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer. You bear me no ill will? Could have fooled me. And yet it is the truth. I am only strict on you, as it seems you have strayed from the path. If you have any objections, Mr. Wright, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Reddins, please continue your testimony.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword-switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, Big Shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. But let me ask you this, why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell you, people tell you how to do your job, and they don't know the first thing about it. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it.
He did the creed.
He did! Let me see.
Take that!
I don't think that would prove ill will, though.
Well, I mean, he obviously doesn't like them. He has some magicians in his background because he had to slide a hand into something. And he knows they're a creed, which means he must have been in the troop or something.
Yeah. But...
Hold it!
Alright, so let's go to the end. Let's look at our evidence again.
Oh, the folder that has the files.
Yeah, honestly, that might actually be it.
Reading Scarlet's dishonest deal.
Take that!
What's that you got there? This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be canceled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more, and of course Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Reddens had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How did he do that? There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now, that's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. But $3 million, that's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Reddens. Okay. Where's your proof linking me to that tricked-out clipboard? Well, I thought the proof was the fact that it says it's... Well, I guess it'd say it's his, but... You gotta go? Darn, what a...
Oh, wait, let me finish this new one. Where's
Okay.
the proof linking me to that TikTok clipboard? You don't have any page.
I was looking closely because I was trying to see, like... Does it have anything to do with the signatures? I mean, I guess hers looks lighter, maybe because it was copied onto paper rather than written on it.
Okay.
Objection!
Or not. Well, I presented that evidence with plenty of confidence, but that confidence is waning by the second. Well, how about it, Mr. Justice? Do you have an inconsistency? I was just doing some vocal training, so feel free to continue. And overlook the damage done to our hearing, Mr. Justice? I think not. Ouch. What about damage to my pride, Your Honor? Let's see. Kitty. There's a signature there.
I'm trying to show exactly the same.
Like, maybe part of it got cut out. Let me see.
Objection!
I'm not 100%, but that really felt like it to me. It was the note that said, "Get the camera after Mysterious comes tumbling out." You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster. I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on the contract. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright, and they definitively prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Reddens. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client, so the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right? What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right, I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I'd never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show, so I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely has major hate for Trucy. You'll see, I'll dig up the dirt. I'll prove. I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Reddens and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before, and I think that's a good stopping point. Alright, so next time we play, we can actually look at this, where they cross paths, and where, when it happened, because he's saying he's never met Trucy before.
But somehow he has. I don't know how.
We don't know how yet. And Apollo's doing that, so this would be a good way of reminding us what exactly we're trying to argue.
Maybe
next time.
Miss Lewis got the job over him as the assistant.
That could be it. That could be it. And then when he got hurt, maybe he was intentionally hurt by Reddens. So we'll see next time.